Hey guys, my name's Casey and this is my Jeep. And on this week's upload, I'm going to go over 3 reasons why you still may want to consider a Jeep JK over a Jeep JL. If you enjoy my content, I really appreciate it if you subscribe to my channel, and when you're done watching this video, smash that like button. So I want to go over 3 reasons why you still may want to consider looking at a Jeep JK. So the first thing is the cost of the JL. The JL is really expensive. And there's some great deals out there on JKs right now, even if you want to get an almost new one, or some of the dealers even have brand new JKs still available. However, you're going to be paying a premium. You can get into a really great JK for an affordable price, and then when you're out on the trail, you don't have to be worried about banging into a rock or bumping into a tree and damaging your paint and costing you a whole bunch of money. The last thing I want to be doing when I'm out off-roading is being stressed and worried about any potential thing that could happen to my Jeep while I'm on the trail. So for me, not spending a ton on my Jeep makes for a whole lot more enjoyment when I'm out on the trail. Also, you want to make sure you have some money left over to do some mods. You know, you're going to want to probably change out the tires, add a lift, bumpers, winches, things like that. And if you're tight on a budget, you're going to end up spending all your money on the JL and you're not going to have any money left over to modify it. And half the fun of owning a Jeep, obviously, is modifying it. The second thing is aftermarket parts. I've been watching the parts market really closely for Jeep JLs, and the parts are starting to trickle out there, but there isn't a whole lot available. So if you're looking to pick up a Jeep, start modifying it, taking it out on the trail, beating it up, and coming back, replacing, putting new things on it, the JL parts are a limited market. Certain things are starting to come out. There's a few aftermarket bumpers available, but things like the fenders, if you want to get steel fenders, I haven't seen too many options out there yet from the big brands. Also, you got to deal with things like the turn signals and running lights in the front fenders. I've seen a few people with JLs that are off-roading them already having problems ripping off their factory fenders. Where I will, tons of trees. You're going to be dealing with that. Tire carriers is another option. I haven't seen anything come out yet for the JL that really addresses being able to carry a big fat tire on the back and not have to worry about it dropping off ledges or bumping into things. There's a few hinge upgrades, but ultimately you want to be really conscious of that there is not a lot of parts for the JL yet. So if you're looking to pick up a Jeep and start modifying it and really build it up, unless you have a ton of money to get things fabricated or you're able to get early access to some of the vendors' parts, you're not going to have the same access as you would with a JK. Not to mention, all the parts that are being developed for a JK have been out for a long time. There's tons of reviews on them, tons of guides on how to install them. Rather than going with the first company that came out with the first thing for the JL, you have no idea how well it's going to work. So if you're into buying tons of parts, then the JK is still a great option. Over time, that item will get addressed. There'll be more parts available, and just like the JK, there'll be lots. But today, if you're looking at buying a Jeep, you're going to have to deal with what limited items have come out so far. That kind of also segues me to the community. Huge Jeep community out there. Not a lot of people have JLs. Even less people are making YouTube videos, writing guides, and giving you how-tos on modifying your JL. So if you really are dependent on watching YouTube videos, reading articles, or catching up on the forums, there is just not the same volume of people producing that content and that information for you to consume. So you're going to be having to learn how to do things a little bit more on your own. And if you really feel more confident waiting for somebody else to write a how-to guide on how to do something, then the JL is just not going to have as much available for that. You're also going to be getting parts that don't have as many reviews. Maybe only 1 or 2 people have reviewed the item you're looking for, and you may not feel as confident on how well that's going to perform. This is something that will, over time, develop, obviously, just like it did with the JK, but you're going to have to wait for it. So if you're looking at a Jeep today, that's a huge thing to consider before going out and buying a JL. The third thing I want to talk about is the first year that the JL came out. Look back to 2007 when the JK came out. Right away in 2008, a bunch of stuff was changed. They heard from their community, they heard from customers, there was a lot of feedback, and they made some small modifications. This isn't just unique to Jeeps though, this is to any car, any new model that comes out of a vehicle. The first year always tends to have more problems than the subsequent years. If you go and watch YouTube videos on people off-roading their JL, how many videos have you heard where the fan sounds like a jet engine on it? Is that something that they're gonna change next year? Is that gonna lead to more problems? Premature wear in the fans? I don't know. But it's probably gonna be something that Jeep addresses over the next couple of years. Small little things like the license plate mount on the rear bumper. Everybody off-roading is ripping those things off. To me, it didn't look like a great idea. Lots of people tend to agree, maybe Jeep will change it next year. So there's lots of little things that come with the first model year that if you're an early adopter, you're gonna be the one to experience that. The JK, it's been out for 11 years. Pretty much everything that could be changed on it has been updated or improved. So the later the model year you're looking at, the less likely you're going to experience any of those issues that got changed over time. So the JK is very reliable. Lots of stuff has been addressed. All the little problems that shouldn't have been there have been dealt with. Anyways, guys, I just wanted to make a short video that compares a few things of the JL to the JK, because I think there are a lot of really great reasons, and I think people really need to consider the JK still as an option, as a platform for going off-roading, for modifying, and just, it's a great vehicle to take out in the trails. I'm excited to see a lot of these videos coming out with the JL. I'm excited to see all of the parts that have come out and the improvements that have made. I will probably pick up a JL sometime in the future, but for now I'm sticking with my JK. I just love all of the parts that are available for it. To me, it's rock solid. It's been reliable. There's just so much information about it on the internet. I know this thing inside and out. So much has evolved with the JL, and I want to give it a couple years before I go and invest into one as my off-road vehicle. So as always, guys, thanks so much for watching this week's video. I hope that you have found it helpful and informative. Don't forget to subscribe to the channel if you enjoyed my content. If you like this week's video, give me a thumbs up. And I upload every Monday, so make sure you have the notifications turned on. You can see when my videos go live. I'm also over on Instagram if you want to check me out there, Casey_250. Otherwise, I will see you guys next week.
Life is so